What is it like having a macaw? Hey guys, welcome if you're new to my channel. I'm Kaylin. I have over 22 species of parrots. I love my parrots, including this big girl. She is easily our biggest parrot. That would be pretty obvious. And Rosie here is a green-winged macaw. Now, my channel's purpose is to help you have the most blissful, loving, just fantastic bond with your parrot. And if you're interested in a macaw, or if you have a macaw, this is going to be interesting. So what is it like having a macaw parrot? I have actually had other macaws, and one thing that is really considerable to notice is that different macaw species have, generally speaking, different characteristics. That means that green-winged macaws, for example, like Rosie, are said to be more gentle. They have a reputation for being more loving, more easygoing, that kind of thing. And there are some macaws who have a reputation for being sort of like more trouble, more trying to get her in, since she kind of stepped out of the picture. And now she's out of the picture. Some macaws are said to be like more active, more, Rosie is pretty mellow and easygoing, which is really nice, like I was saying, and very typical for a green wing. Rosie, and of course, now when I talk about what is it like to have a macaw, I'm really more specifically talking to you about what it's like to have Rosie, because I used to have a mini macaw, a Hans macaw, Emerald, and Emerald was 150 grams. Rosie is like 1,050 grams. So quite a difference there. Emerald was more like the size of a conure. And so I am sort of talking more about that big macaw, not the mini macaws and not the medium-sized macaws, although a lot of this probably applies to them too. So Rosie has a definite personality. One of the things that happens is that when you have a larger parrot who lives longer, their personalities, they sort of have a more development. You're leaving me. Come back, come back. You're supposed to be in this video. And, I love my Rosie. She has more personality. She likes to play. Her personality is like more developed and more obvious. Rosie. How are you? Rosie. She likes to play this game. She doesn't want to be with me for some reason right now, so she's not going to want to play. She plays games. She has her preferences. She likes to be with us. She doesn't even have to necessarily be on my shoulder or anything like that. She likes taking walks. She says walk now. She really has a lot of personality. It's like she has her place in the house. She has her perches. She has a perch in our bedroom. She has a perch in my husband's office. She has a perch in the kitchen area, kitchen living room, where I am often. And she really just likes to be with us. So just a really definite and distinct and obvious personality. Like all parrots really have a personality, from my little parrotlets all the way to Rosie. It's just with a bigger macaw. It's just so much more obvious. Now, the next thing is, she's a fantastic companion. Like I was saying, she kind of likes to be with us all day. At one point during the day, we have to put her back in her cage for a little while so she has access to food and water. And during the day, we try to offer her some nuts, offer her something to drink. But, one of our worries, one of the things we're constantly doing is has she had access to food and water? Give her access again. Give her access again. Because she just doesn't seem to care, and she just wants to be out with us. So that's sort of what this big monster who's now eating my chair is like. Now, on the downside, she is a very messy monster. Rosie's poops are not as frequent. One of the things that happens is the smaller birds poop far less and far more often. And the bigger parrots, like Rosie, poop far less often, but when they poop, I don't know, if you weighed it might be the size of one of the parrotlets. It might be the same number of grams. So, you know, you kind of have that trade-off. Plus, we get Rosie toys for her perch because she likes to hang out with us and we want her to have something to do. And I've tried attaching food and water to her perch and she just knocks them over. And I'm like, how are you going to eat and how are you going to drink if you knock it over? But the toys she likes to take apart. And so we, of course, get her toys that are appropriate for parrots. And then there are little pieces of wood everywhere, or whatever else is in the toy. Like if there's some rope or something like that, it's just everywhere. Very messy. Between nutshells and poop and toy parts, you know, she's just very, very messy. No other bird that I have, I don't think, makes a mess as big as her. I have some other messy birds, but they don't make as much of a mess all by themselves. So that's kind of hard. And then you can get a really good idea here. When Rosie is perched in the kitchen, she's on a chair that I've covered with a shirt, and it doesn't matter. She eats away at the wood. When I take her to my mom's house, which I can't do comfortably, she gets on the back of my chair when we're sitting at lunch and takes a bite out of the wood. My mom's house is immaculate. She and her husband keep everything so beautiful and it's well maintained and clean. And then Rosie comes along and in the blink of an eye, she's bit off a piece of the chair. That's challenging. Like, oh, don't eat the furniture, please, you have toys. So with a macaw, you're constantly working on giving them time and attention so that they're happy, because that's the way it would be in the wild. They would have that constant companionship, and you don't want them to get lonely. Because when we're lonely, we get grumpy, we get sad, we can get depressed, we can start to pluck feathers when we're birds, we can start to scream. And so having a macaw like Rosie means a lot of time, a lot of attention, and a lot of cleaning, because she really makes a mess. But she's so worth it. You could see how gentle she is with me. If I wasn't so comfortable and if I didn't totally trust Rosie, I would not put her so close to my physical body, my face. I would not hold her beak and kiss her. I'm just really comfortable. And she is just really a fabulous bird. I'm really grateful for Rosie. I really enjoy her every day. My husband does too. We love her. She is a part of the family. And that's what it's like having this big red monster. The other thing it's like is it's really funny and really cute when we go out for a walk in the neighborhood and Rosie's on my shoulder. You just see people sometimes in their car driving by and all of a sudden they're like looking, they're like, is that a parrot? And since Rosie's so big and red, she really stands out, and people, you know, it's like having this attention getter. She's also like that. But anyway, she's a lot of fun, and she tends to be friendly with people, which is nice. She tends to say hello to them. So that's what it's like. Thank you for joining me in this blissful video. Keep watching. Are you getting a new baby macaw or a macaw? Do you know what to do and how to prepare? I've got one of my latest books, The Parrot Keeper's Companion and Journal, available on Amazon. There'll be a link down below. Are you curious about what you can feed or can't feed your parrot? I've got a list in there. Are you wondering why you need a vet or what information you need on your parrot? I've got a place for you to write it down. This companion and care journal has, on the one hand, places for you to journal and write things down about your parrot. On the other hand, it also has a place for you to do a wellness check every week. Parrots hide their illness, so it can be really tricky to see subtle signs that something's wrong, that something's changed, that they need some medical attention, because when you fall in love with your parrot and you have a blissful bond with them, then you want to keep them healthy, because losing a parrot is so heartbreaking. It is just like losing a companion who's so close to you once you've bonded and shared your life with them. So make sure that you get my book on Amazon so that you know what to look for and you can stay aware and on top of your parrot's health and well-being as best you can to maximize your blissful bond. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.